Do you know Sad Boy Loko?
I've met him before, yeah.
Yeah, I interviewed him.
Yeah.
I believe last year.
Yeah.
He's now up on attempted murder charges.
I heard about that.
We actually broke the story.
Yeah.
$1.1 million bail.
Damn shame.
You know, and I looked at his case. There was a few charges, but then there's gang enhancements.
They're always gonna hit him with that.
You gotten hit with those before?
Nah, I haven't.
Because you were a juvenile.
I was a juvenile.
Okay. But the gang enhancements are pretty serious.
Fuck my homies for life, yeah.
What exactly happens when there's a gang enhancement?
For example, one of my homies that I know got out of a car and threw a bottle at some fool. And that typically is an assault. That's like, that'll carry like a year or something, you know, at most if it's convicted. But the judge had it out for my homie, and because, he had priors and shit like that, and he's from my neighborhood, they hit him with 11 years, 10 years gang enhancement, that shit for the assault. So
he got 11 years for throwing a bottle.
A fucking bottle.
11 years for throwing a bottle.
For throwing a motherfucking bottle. So that's what that shit does to people.
Wow. So it could turn 1 year into 11 years.
Real
just
quick.
Like that.
Off of some stupid shit.
Wow. Well, hopefully Loko beats it.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I mean? A $1.1 million bail, that means you got to come up with $110,000 cash, plus have something that's worth over $1 million bucks.
Yeah.
To to put down as collateral. And not too many people got that.
Yeah.
That basically means that he's going to stay in jail until his court case comes up.
Yeah.
That's
unless YG gets him out or one of these cats he's affiliated with, but that doesn't seem like it's going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, YG would have to put up his house.
Yeah, straight up.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, it's one of those things.
Yeah.
Usually a family member's.
For sure. That's not YG's responsibility to take on an artist's whole weight like that. I couldn't understand that. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Well, free Sad Boy
Yeah,
Loko.
free the homie Sad Boy. Last time I ran into him was in his neighborhood. I was shooting a video with one of his homies from his hood.
In Santa Barbara?
Yeah, in Santa Barbara. I pulled up on him. He was walking out of the liquor store and we're in a little beat up ass truck. My homie was driving. I was with all my camera equipment. I was like, what's up? Yeah, it's all good, man. Ran into him right there in Bruta.
Yeah, man. Good dude, man.
Yeah.
Good energy. So you're doing this music thing, and you're building up your audience, and you have the ups and downs. I know that at one point in some of your interviews you talked about how when the recession hit, it became harder because like Mr. Capone told me, like a lot of the product was moving to swap meets and the small mom and pop stores.
That went out of business.
Using physical CDs and stuff like that. Suddenly everything is changing. I've always heard of Mr. Criminal, but suddenly I'm watching Netflix and this huge $90 million film, you're actually acting in it.
Yeah.
How did you get that role?
David Ayer, man, the director of the movie. He's the one that wrote Training Day. He's the one that originally wrote Fast and Furious. He didn't shoot it or direct it, but he wrote it. He has a lot of big things under his belt. He's a real LA dude. Like he grew up on Adams. He grew up on the West Side. He knows what's up. He knows and understands the struggles that homies go through from meeting him and dealing with him. This is what I believe, and I think that he has it in his heart to give people chances that he believes in. You know what I mean? And thank God, by the grace of God, somehow he found my music and became a fan somehow. And he reached out to me. He wanted me to be in this movie. And when he first reached out, maybe the first 3 or 4 times, emails that came through from his assistant, I blew it off, man. I didn't even think it was real. It's like one of those, my cousin's a Nigerian prince and gonna wire you $1 million,
We should $1,000 deposit.
Yeah, I'm like, nah, man, you ain't getting me in no movie, So it kept happening, and sure enough, man, after maybe 4 or 5 emails of persistence, I reached back and they're like, come through to the spot, come through, audition the whole 9. And I ended up losing the role. He's like, yeah, they got back at me and we filled the role. Come to find out, when the movie was getting closer, they're like, David decided to not have you in a wheelchair. He wanted you to be, on foot and wrote you a whole new role in and put you in as Mr. Criminal. So I was like, man, that's a dream come true.
Okay, and you had speaking parts in that as well?
Yeah, absolutely. And to have David Ayer on set, walking around to Will Smith and Joe Egerton talking about, check out this dude's music, it's fucking badass. I'm like, man, he's telling Will Smith this shit right now? I was like, man, that shit's a trip, but yeah.
Did you interact with Will Smith a lot?
A lot, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's cool as hell, Yeah.
Seems like it.
Yeah, he's super cool. He's messing around. At one point, I'm like with my hands in my pocket, and we're all like in the middle. All the actors, you know, they make everybody sit to a certain point. But David Ayer, me, and Joe Egerton were speaking like in a little three-way talk conversation. I hear all these like footsteps. It was cold as hell December night. I had my hoodie on, and I like had my hands in my pocket, and I was sitting here like running at me like crazy. And I look, and Will Smith acts like he's gonna knock me out. He's like, "You can't just let Fresh Prince knock out Mr. Criminal." And I starts laughing. I'm like, this dude's crazy, you know. So yeah, he's a cool as hell, man. That's homie.
Yeah, man. I think Will Smith is like the cool dad we wish we all had.
Yeah, he's super cool, man. I can't say enough good things about him.
Movie comes out, huge hit.
Yeah.
I mean, Netflix is one of their biggest hits. I watched it like 3 or 4 times.
That's dope.
You know, I think it's kind of cool how it kind of is a parallel to society.
Yeah.
Where you know, like the orcs.
Yeah, it's a play on
are kind of like the minorities, and the elves is the rich people.
Genius how it was wrote. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I dig it. I dig it. You got that, and then you actually got a few other opportunities.
Quick. Yeah.
Quick?
Really quick. Like really fast, more than I even expected.
Okay, and the movie you're working on right now is with Shia LaBeouf?
Yes, sir.
And I seen the pictures. He's all tatted up.
Yeah.
Bosco actually posted a picture of him like in Inglewood.
Yeah, I met Bosco on the set, yeah.
Is that where they're filming it?
That was actually, we're by the Pueblos. You know the Pueblos Blood Hood over there? Yeah, we're over there in South Central by the Pueblos. And that's where we're at. We weren't in Inglewood. We were by the
okay.
Pueblos.
I just assumed.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What's it like working with him?
Cool as hell, man. To be honest with you, my first day on set, when I met him, I had went in and I had been requested to be in another movie about his family life, a story about Shia LaBeouf that's coming out. So the director reached out to me personally and had me come in and read, and he had already seen me. So when I seen him on the set, he's like, "Hey man, I keep hearing your name in Hollywood, man, and not just from this movie, man, you're kicking ass." So that like right away was like, damn, that was super dope. And he's like, "Hey man," he's like, "Want to run the scenes?" And I'm like, "Shit," and I'm looking at the paper like, who are you? And he's like, "Oh, this is me. I'm the one that's supposed to talk to you." So I'm like, "Shit, my first scene in this movie is with Shia, and we're supposed to be running it." So he made me feel like a big brother. Like, come sit down. Let's play a video game or something. It was super dope. Like, he just like embraced me real quick. He's a cool ass dude.
Shia seems kind of crazy though.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you've seen any of these videos of him getting into fights and all that type of shit.
Nah, I don't be paying attention.
Okay, yeah, he's gotten into all types of altercations.
Yeah, he was talking about getting in a fight on one of his movie sets right there. He talked about they jumped out of a tank and they started scrapping right there on set.
Yeah, man. And I guess he plays a gangster in that movie? Mm-hmm. When's that coming out? I'm
not sure. I know that it's supposed to be sometime in 2019.
Okay, and the name of it is?
The Tax Collector.
Tax Collector.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess you have other movies also.
Yes, sir.
So the other ones are?
El Chicano is another one I'm coming out with. It's an all Latino cast with Kay Del Castillo, George Lopez, Sal Lopez, Raul Castillo. Just a lot of big talent in the Latin world, and it's the first all Latin casted superhero movie. So it's like a Latin superhero. So I'm really proud of being.
It's a superhero movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Superhero. It's like our version. I wouldn't say our version, but like our type of Black Panther. You know what I'm saying? El Chicano.
Really? Is this based on a comic book or something?
Nah,
it's a whole new
thing. My director and my friend Ben Hernandez, he came up with the whole story. It's real close to his heart. It has something to do with his brother, his family, the whole nine. He lost his brother due to the street life, and he came up with this story, and it's just beautiful, man. I mean, just the way he put it together is just mind blowing. So it's gonna be a classic.
Now, I assume you've never taken acting lessons before all this, or?
Never in my life.
Yeah. This is all just...
brand new, yeah.
Yeah, I remember when I interviewed Michael Rappaport. Have you taken acting classes or acting coaches? Nothing?
No.
No. You've been winging it ever since?
There's no winging it. I know what I'm doing. I knew what I was doing then. I didn't know... I was an instinctive actor. I was an instinctive actor at the time. I still go off instinct, but I've done it so much. You have everybody has their own approach. There is no... it's not like, basketball where you work on your layups, you work on your jump shots, you work on your free throws, you work on your handle. It's a different...
Really?
Yeah, it's a different thing. Everybody has their own thing.
Sometimes you just gotta want it.
Yeah.
And you just gotta do your thing, and if the camera feels you, then you got a career on your hands.
For sure.
That's pretty much what happened with you.
Thank God.
How many movies now?
This is my third feature film. I've done just got done doing an international Spotify commercial as a lead. It's playing in 43 countries right now, and I've done a couple shows, Last Man on Earth on Fox, a couple other things, Bud Light commercials.